Okay, and so we're back to the dashboard, and I wanted to show you guys how you can use this as a blog specifically. I know many of you work off of our school websites or have other websites that you work from. So I want to show you how you can create a blog or how your students can create a blog. In fact, my 12th graders will be doing this very same thing this year, so hopefully they will use the screencast in figuring out how they will create their own blog for themselves. If you were to kind of peruse other blogging sites, you could see, many of them don't have many pages. And I'm going to talk to you first about how do you create a page within your blog. So most blogs consist of the blogging page where you're going to put all of your posts. They might have an about page that maybe talks a little bit about the author or combined authors, and then maybe they have an extra page that you work from. So most blogs don't have a ton of pages, whereas a website might have, upwards of 20 some pages. My website has probably 25 pages within, and then I organize it through menus. So here is your dashboard, and you can see that from this you can pretty much control your entire WordPress blog. This is why WordPress gets a little bit cumbersome compared to other, let's say, Flash websites. Because it does have lots and lots of options on the side. Sometimes they're very hard to maneuver and figure out unless you actually watch the WordPress screencasts or unless you actually read the updates. But here you can do, like if you wanted to blog something very quickly, you could do a quick press and simply put a title in. You can upload media here, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that later. Then you type in your content and any tags that you want, searchable tags. For example, if my quick press were about cats or something and I wanted to tag cats in there, then I certainly could. That was a horrible example, but my cat's sitting right next to me, so that's why it came to my mind. Anyways, you can see drafts that you've done here. Stats, this tells you, who's visiting your site and how many people are visiting your site. Recent comments that have been posted to your blog. Again, you can moderate any comments, you can delete them. Last year I did have to delete some comments that were inappropriate or comments that just were perhaps not publishable, and I'd have to go talk to the student or send the student a message to say, because this is published online, you need to be a little bit more conscious about spelling and such, depending on the post. So this is where you're going to find the majority of your stuff. So let's create, again, this is my new site, and let's create a couple of pages. They already have some pages created for us, but we want to create another one. They automatically give you an about page, which I'm assuming that you would talk a little bit about who you are as the author. And then they have a title page, which is where the site automatically directs you to. Let's say that I wanted to add a new page. So I'm going to go up here to Pages and click Add New. And for my blog, I'm going to add a page specifically for my 12th graders. So this blogging site will be dedicated to anything we discuss in my 12th grade English class. So I would add that page, and if I wanted to put like a little caption or something about my English 12 class, then I could do that here. So here we will read okay, so that's just for the time being. Alright, so then I would move over, I think this is out of the screencast right now, but on the right hand side you would click Publish. Alright, so I'm going to publish this, and this is going to publish my new page, English 12, to my blog. Alright, so in order to check to see if it is actually published and if it's what I want it to look like, you could go to, over here there's a Preview Changes button, you could click on that, or oftentimes I just go straight to my web page. So here is your published web page now that we have created. And again, you can change this if you don't like the look of it. So here is my first post, and you can see over here, this is the layout that they have given me, and we can change this, but over here are your pages. So your pages are the, the bars that you can click on. So if I want to read a little bit about the author, then I might click the about, and I don't have anything yet, but of course you would write something. And I want to go to the English 12 blog, and so here I would be able to see what it is exactly I'm blogging. And then of course your archives here are going to give you all of your previous posts that you've done. So if you're posting every day or every other day, students can go back and check those posts. Okay, after looking at my pages that I've created, I now notice that I don't really like the theme of my blog, so I'm going to go ahead and change that. So that's going to come under Appearance over here on the left-hand side. Again, this is where you're going to find everything, where you're going to change the elements of your website or of your blog. So under Appearance, you have themes that you can click on, and they give you tons of themes. I mean, I would imagine there's hundreds of them. And this looks kind of fun, so I'm going to preview this. That is great. So I think I'm going to keep that as my theme. So now you can see that you can change your theme, and oftentimes it changes your sidebars. It can also change where your pages are going to appear. So you can see here that my pages, instead of appearing over here, are going to appear at the top. This looks like actually a pretty good theme if you were going to create a website off of WordPress as opposed to just a blog. So I'm going to keep this theme. Okay, so because I really like that theme, then I'm going to go ahead, last time I previewed the theme, so I want to go ahead and actually activate that so that it will show up as my current theme, my default theme that always goes to, and the one that the students will always see, or whoever else is reading my blog. Okay. Alright, now I want to talk to you a little bit about widgets. If you were to go under Appearance, again, you would find a Widgets button, and these are simply things that are available for each website that you create. So these are the available widgets for the appearance theme that I chose. Different appearance themes have different widgets. They also have different menu options, and so you have to be kind of careful about which appearance you use sometimes, depending on how intense you want to get into this. So for example, here's a calendar widget, which would actually show you a calendar of your site's posts. So I'm going to put that on my default sidebar, and that's everything that shows up on the side of your website here. So we saw that you can look at your archives, you can look at the categories, you can look at recent posts. So I'm going to actually drag this calendar under archives, and there it will create a new widget for me, and I'm going to just title this Previous Posts or something. You can get a little bit more creative. This is another widget that I would have my students use, blog subscription, because they're going to have to, after they create their own blog, they will have to follow at least 2 other peer blogs within the class. So here you can add email sign up to allow people to subscribe to your blog. So for example, if I were looking to follow my friend Sam's blog, I would want to go to her blog and then sign up for subscription. That way I can get updates of when they post. So I'm going to put that here. Okay, and once I put that blog subscription there, you can see that they already pop up with a widget title and a little description on what is to be displayed. So I'm just going to use theirs, and I'm going to press save. And I could probably change that later. Okay, I'm going to close that up, and now you can see that this is going to be my sidebar. So eventually I'm going to want to look at this to see what the widgets look like. Okay, and let's say that I wanted to add an image to my sidebar. I could definitely do that. So I'm just going to drag over an image, and you can get an image from a URL. So let's go to Google Google Images. And I'm just going to choose an image. Alright, so here I've chosen an image and I'm actually going to copy the URL. I'm going to copy the URL, and the good thing about these is that it leads you straight to the URL, so you know, if anybody had any question where you got your image from, then of course you could certainly verify that by taking them back to the URL. So I'm going to title this cat. I'm going to copy the URL, the image, and that should work. I'm going to press save over here, which is out of my screencast, but okay, so let's see what this looks like now. Alright, so there's my widget, the calendar, that now pops up. You can see that, and you could click on certain links. Let's say a student was absent on the 20th and they wanted to read what we had posted on the blog. They could actually click on that and see our previous posts. And this always stays there. Alright, and there's my fun little image that I put on my widget bar. So you can kind of have fun with this and, you know, make this kind of nice for your followers. And then here I have my email subscription. So let's say I wanted to follow this particular blog, someone would click on that, and then they would get signed up to that blog. Okay, I'm going to stop there because now you can see that we've pretty much created the main, I would say, bones of the blogging site. From here, it's kind of all about, you know, manipulating your dashboard. So I'm going to show you a couple more things you can do on your dashboard that might help you enhance your blog, and hopefully that helps you get started.